I am a huge Pokemon fan. This is, I'd hope it's relatively well-known knowledge. And one facet of Pokemon in general, that is left out of the discussion, that is commonly ignored, is the manga. When most people think of Pokemon, they're gonna think of, the anime, the trading card game, and the video games. Those are all perfectly fair, and those are all, perfectly fun and fine ways to enjoy the series. Other than the video games, the manga is my favorite media for Pokemon. I really enjoy it, and I was reading through it. I made it up to the Ruby Sapphire arc, and I decided that the ending was so bad I needed to make a video talking about why I hated it. Now, granted, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but screw it. Alright. So, basically, at this point, to give some context, Groudon and Kyogre have been awakened. They are fighting each other. So Ruby and Sapphire, our main two characters, go to Mirage Island, where they train for a while, and Sapphire reveals that she likes Ruby. Alright, fine, fair enough. So they leave Mirage Island, which happens because the time stream lines up. Basically, the reason Mirage Island can't be viewed normally is because it's desynced with time in the Pokemon world. Basically, so they leave, and they go out, they fight Groudon and Kyogre, and Ruby gets Groudon and Kyogre to go back to sleep. So Ruby gets Groudon and Kyogre to go to sleep. But because of the previous fight and, the Reggies being awakened, or Rayquaza being here, Norman and Steven die. They just die from controlling the Pokemon. Okay. And after that, I'm pretty sure Winona and Wallace get killed by Maxie and Archie, who then get killed. And what is the result? How does everything get fixed? Well, Ruby has a Celebi. Just has it. Pulls it out of fucking nowhere. He just has a Celebi. He just pulls it out, and he's like, I've had this the entire time from Johto. I didn't know what this Pokemon was, so I never used it. And their stupid attempt to explain it, it's so dumb. And also the thing that they used to claim that they were foreshadowing it was in the Seviper fight, he had his Pokeball out, so it made it seem like he had an ace in the sleeve. But that is such a minor detail, one time, that no one would have noticed. Another thing is this is completely out of nowhere, and it's also a little far-fetched, that every single Pokemon that Ruby has is from Hoenn, despite him being from Johto. Except for the mythical Pokemon Celebi. And the problem I have with Celebi, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but it allows him to go and to travel through time. So we just have him go back in time. And he goes to an alternate future where no one died. So, my question with this is, if you're gonna bother going back in time, well, why not stop Groudon and Kyogre from being awakened? For real though, think about this. They go to a different timeline where no one dies. And, okay, fair enough. Why not just go to one where Groudon and Kyogre are never awakened? Problem solved. The problem it no longer exists. It's also mentioned later. We know that they didn't do that because it's mentioned, the Groudon and Kyogre incident, in Oras. I think it's mentioned in Emerald, but I haven't finished that one. And I remember Oras from when I read it a long time ago. And, it's also mentioned that the contest hall that Ruby went to afterwards was destroyed due to the damage from Groudon and Kyogre. So, why? Why? Come on, man. If you're gonna bother to go back in time, just go to one where none of the damage happened. And you know what? This isn't even the part that's bullshit. This is just the stupid thing. The thing that's really bad is apparently, as Ruby claims, well, technically Sapphire says it, but Sapphire says that Ruby forgot everything, and apparently his excuse was leaving Mirage Island made him forget everything. Yep. Yep. It's awful. What was the point of... It's like this two getting together is a little out of nowhere. Sapphire revealing she likes Ruby, it's a little out of nowhere, alright? They could have built that up a little more, but that's a separate complaint. I just don't get it. It's like the worst excuse that the writers could have made. And that doesn't explain how come Sapphire remembers. And I actually have it written down here in the bullet points as a side note that Juan and Tate and Liza remember too. But I looked back in my head and I was thinking about it. But they go to a different timeline, so I'm not really sure if they remember or if there's any validity to this excuse. Anyway, the headcanon I have, and lots of other people have, is that Ruby was just pretending to have amnesia because he didn't want to deal with a relationship, which, you know, dick move, but it's still dumb and it's never confirmed. It does feel like it, though, because we get a few hints in Emerald that Ruby remembers. So, what's the deal, man? I recommend you check out the manga. It's alright. It's alright. I'm not gonna lie and say it's perfect. It can get a little bit dark, pointing to the one example everybody knows where Arbok gets chopped in half, but I recommend you check it out. I just wanted to complain about this stupid bullshit, man. Oh, yeah! Okay. Post-recording, I realized I didn't mention it in the video, but I didn't even talk about how in Oras, it's heavily implied. I don't think it's ever directly confirmed. It's been a while since I read it. But it's implied that Ruby and Sapphire are together, given that Sapphire, if I'm remembering correctly, she gets called lovebirds. It's like, you know, that stupid stuff by Emerald, and she doesn't care. And then there's also there's also a bunch of other stuff in there. So that just makes me wonder furthermore, what was the point? Why? Why did you do this? What was the point of making Ruby get amnesia and then just get him together with Sapphire anyway? Fuck that.